we're really glad to be back with everyone, at least in this kind of virtual setting. And we'll do our best to keep it interesting, but also hopefully informative, and you'll enjoy it. We've kind of got a bit of experience now, having done, we started our Zoom classes back in November. So we've done quite a few, and we have a bit of like choreography that we think normally works in the space that we have available.
Stage.
Yeah, probably similar to what everyone else has, so hopefully not too crazy. But yeah, so we're going to do Cha-Cha, as we were asked to. We'll do Cha-Cha and a bit about technique, maybe 20 or so minutes about technique, using just really, really basic. And then after that, we'll try and do something a bit more interesting, choreography, but hopefully still available for all levels. So definitely something like that. So we'll start straight with the technique. Just want to remind everyone with posture, right, first. So as we're doing Latin, we want to make sure our weight is a little bit further forwards than we would normally carry it, and probably a little bit further forwards than ballroom. So it's right towards the balls of our feet. We also want to feel like we've got a long, straight spine, okay? So right down from the coccyx, right at the base there, like a stretch up into the back of the neck. That's super important that it's the back, because when everyone thinks that they're stretching, they tend to do the front, exactly. So you want to feel like you've got a long back of your body, so then your face is absolutely forward, so not picked up too much. No. I think that's a very common mistake, really, when you try to stretch. Also, imagine ballroom, the arms tend to go up, the posture goes this way. So actually, I want quite a relaxed front, but a long spine. That will go a long way. Okay, so that's the posture. Try to keep that in mind as well.
And of course, just make sure that your chin is always up, so whenever someone there, it's good if we have cameras up there, so you can always look up, and then shoulders always open. All right, as we're going to be doing the routine and the steps, try not to come to this kind of position. I know we've been sitting and doing lots of things and studying and working. Just make sure that this is always open. All right.
Brilliant. Okay, so we'll start maybe just walking through basic Cha-Cha, so you know what we're all doing, and then we can use that as a kind of a vehicle to do the technique. We're going to do something on both sides, really. Should we start on the other one? We'll do this one. And the way we're always going to do this is that we are basically like your mirror, okay? So I'm going to say, don't be too clever, and we spent a while figuring this out, because I was kind of going around behind whoever I was watching and figuring out what leg they were actually on. So I'll be honest, I'm on my left leg now, but I'm always going to call this my right, because that's what I want you guys to do, okay? So stand with the weight on your right foot, with the left foot pointing to the side, so it should be hopefully a mirror of what we're doing. And we're just going to do the basic, right? So we do a rock forwards on that left leg, rock, rock. We do our cha-cha-cha to the side, cha-cha-cha. Then we step back on our right leg, rock, rock, cha-cha-cha. Perfect, okay? We're going to do that 4 times. And in fact, this is going to be the first half of the routine we'll use towards the end anyway, okay? So second one, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. Third one, cha-cha-cha, that's right? Yeah, I counted the wrong number already. Cha-cha-cha, I think. Fourth one now, I think. Yeah. Cha-cha-cha. We've got it. Now, just so that we do everything symmetrically, and normally, of course, you're doing the correct way now, we are going to do it the other side as well, so we get to do the easy part, and you've got to figure out how to do it on the other leg. And how we're going to get there is first we're going to do 4 kind of taps around, okay? So we're going to take our left leg, and we're going to just tap around and think about pointing to each corner. So I tap to that corner, I tap to that corner, second one, third corner, and then I come back to the front and I close and change weight. Okay, so at the end of that, done 4 basic and these circling taps, my weight's on my left leg, and I've got my right leg free to now step forwards. Okay, and then we're going to repeat the whole thing on the other side. Yeah, let's just do that whole thing one more time before we go back to the other side. This way, right? So standing with my weight on the right leg, left leg free. Do 4 basic. And rock, rock, and cha-cha-cha. Second one, and cha-cha-cha. Third one, and cha-cha-cha. Fourth one, and cha-cha. Going round. 2 and 3, and cha-cha. Close.
And as we're going around, just make sure you stay on, in this case, your right leg. So we're not changing our weight. No. So we just bring our hip up and putting our free foot on the ball of the foot. So that's how we're going around. To the side, and then we change. All right? Because by the time we put our music on, we'll try to get that.
It's quite fast.
We can't transfer our weight. No. All right? So just the foot and the hip.
Yeah. Perfect. Maybe a slight, use some pressure in that ball of the foot.
Pressure.
Okay, so I don't want anything like just scooting out like this, right? It's more like absolutely, that's why I said diagonal 1, diagonal 2, diagonal 3, back to the front. Okay? Good. And then we're going to do the whole thing, and this might be the weird one for you guys now, on the other leg. So you're going to step forwards now with your right leg and rock, rock, cha, cha, cha. Back on the left, rock, rock, cha, cha, cha. Third one, rock, rock, cha, cha, cha. Fourth one, and cha, cha. And again, going round 4 corners or 3 corners and close. 2 and 3 and cha, cha. 1 and change weight. So at the end of all of that, you're standing on your right leg, your left leg's free, and you can rock forwards from the beginning again. Okay? And this will form, first of all, something relatively basic that we can dive in and get into all the juicy technical stuff that I'm sure you're really craving, I'm sure. But also it'll be the first half of what we do towards the end when we've got a bit more choreography to do as well. Everyone clear with that? We can get like a thumbs up if we can see everyone's clear.
Yay!
Fantastic. All right. Let's get straight into it. I think
absolutely.
So, do you want to go first? With feet and legs and stuff?
Yeah.
You can get on that.
It's my favourite. I think Michael mainly hits an upper body, like talking about that and making no fool. For me, all about feet and legs. And I'm sure you know all of these things, but just make sure that you remember them, and then the hardest thing will be putting them into the steps and then doing with the music by the end of our class. All right? So, first thing first, we're going to shall we just do the basic first? So how we just did it together, you're going to be rocking forwards on your left foot. So we always have triangle positions. I'm sure we talked about this in our classes before. So what we mean by that is we have our standing leg straight and the other leg bent. So you see we have triangle between our legs and knees.
Yeah, one straight, one bent. All I'd say, this is what we've dubbed triangle position, not a standard term, but we've been using it recently. It's basically our kind of home, where we always come back to before taking a step, okay? So even let's say now we're starting at the beginning with the weight on the right leg and left pointing to the side, the first step, so to speak, is the rock forwards. And naturally though, then that makes everyone's going to just step straight across, and we cut the corner.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating. We don't want that. We actually want to bring that foot all the way in under the body to our home triangle position before rocking forwards. Okay, so number one pillar of technique is going to be use that triangle position and make it very clear. So we're just going to, I think, go over that again and show you the position and talk about it. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give that a bit of extra detail.
Okay. So, in general, making sure that we have obviously, when I have straight leg, it's not just a straight leg like we would normally walk on and stand on. We want to make sure that the standing leg knee is really going back.
Locked back.
Really, really. And then the other foot and then the other leg and the knee is really stretched forwards. All right. So again, in ChaChaCha, we have lots of stretches, lots of straight legs. So just make sure when you come to this position, it's not just like a,
yeah, so we said home, but it shouldn't be a comfortable home.
No, it's not a cozy home.
This is, you've got to build this home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So just make sure when you go to this position, you really feel like your knees are working opposite direction to each other. And that's how it comes with our hip, which we'll talk about in a minute. All right, so our bodies are very clever. When we have action down below, our body will react. All right, so that's the first thing.
One extra detail, I don't know if we said already, just make sure the free foot here, the ankles are together. So it's not too far forwards or too far backwards. Think your two kind of ankle bones, knobbly bits, they're together, and I'm really high on that foot. So it's not ball of the foot, it's maximum elevation as it comes in. So I think articulating the foot also works together with bending the knee. Okay, so as I lift my knee to move the foot, that's what also brings it up. And I've got that opposition of straight and bend. So that's the position we're after, and we will keep looking for it. It will be everywhere.
All the time. Another important thing, boys and girls, leaders and followers, doesn't matter which side we're doing, we're never kind of crossing our knee. So then we're going to go this way, so we're changing direction, and we never have our knees open. All right, so when we're doing this triangle position, really feel like your bent knee is going forwards. So it's nice and straight and closed. So we're going to have nothing like this. All right, so hopefully we're clear with that.
Good.
Moving on to our rule number 2, which is very important. It's my favorite one, because a lot of people miss that. Before every step, so we have first thing, triangle position. And number 2, we always point and straighten our leg before any step we take. All right, so if I do it sideways, I never go on it by missing triangle position and not pointing my foot. I bring it to my triangle position, then 2, we're pointing the foot and straightening the leg. That's what's important. So it's not just pointing the foot and then we go on it straight away. It's second position, and only then we're allowed to go onto the foot to properly complete our step.
And crucially, both legs then are locked straight, so very straight. And by being so stretched, we are not also, there's no weight in that foot, okay? So it comes under the triangle position, and then it just points forwards. You see, all of that is happening on the one leg. So I'm not changing my weight, I bring it in, and I point it forwards. So straight before weight.
And it's any direction we take our step. So in this case, we're rocking forwards, so we're going forwards. It's going to be exactly the same backwards.
Sideways.
So again, when we rock back, we're not going with our weight. We just still need to make sure that it's straight in the leg, point the foot, then we're going on it. Rampa walks, so it will be exactly the same. Then we're going to go back. So we're never going backwards with our weight and never going forwards with our weight.
And in this way, in some sense, it's a little bit opposite of ballroom. This gives Latin a kind of sharp stick counter action because you've got the foot and then the transfer. Whereas in ballroom, we want everything smooth and blending. So the foot goes and the body goes at the same time. Otherwise, it'd be weird if I kind of went leg transfer in ballroom. Yeah?
Especially when we have another body attached to us, it will be a bit.
So this is where they really do diverge. Posturally and other things, ballroom and Latin share some things in common, but here where Latin is very, very different.
Absolutely.
Good. So the second one, straight before weight.
And it's the same sideways. So after we've done our rock, when we go doing ChaCha to the side, again we're pointing the foot. So let's just actually walk through it together. We'll just move a little bit more.
Yeah. So we're going to use those two ideas to start with. Triangle position, the kind of, what's that? I keep saying home or medium. There's another word I'm looking for. Can't pick. Anyway.
Base position.
Base position. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Base position and the straight before weight. So as we bring the foot in, we lift the knee to the triangle position. We point that foot forwards until it's absolutely straight, no weight yet. Then I rock my weight onto it. Okay? Now when we do this rock, because it's kind of a rock back, we're not taking our weight fully on it. We only go to the ball of the back foot, and then we release the knee in order to come back. And when we finish that, again, I need absolutely straight leg. So we return to that position where there's no weight in it at the end of that rock. So I transfer around to the front leg, but I leave the ball of the back foot. Then in order to come back, I just release that knee, making sure that the front knee is still straight, so the front leg is straight. The knees then are together. Then I use that to push back to two straight legs. Again, usual rule, we want to now take a step to the side, so we think naively we just move the foot, but that's flat, lazy, and not very good. So we lift the knee. That's also a key thing I'd say with all of this. How we move, I don't call it a fundamental because I don't need to see it. It's not like it's wrong not to, but the more you can lift the knee in order to articulate that foot, lifting the knee, that action is very important as well to think about. So lift the knee to bring the foot to the base position, point it out to the side, straight before weight, then you can transfer. And again, absolutely straight to locked legs, stretch feet.
Now this is a crucial one, because when we dance into the music or make this action faster, we just blend it and go to the side, all right? So now we have double, so we have two triangle positions. So when we go in here, we create our first triangle position.
One.
And then, as we change in our standing leg, make sure you, again, really stretch your knees. We come back to our position number two. And a lot of people, even top dancers, do miss this position.
It's very hard to do fast,
all
so
right.
you know, don't scrutinise us too much when we do it fast, but certainly when you're practicing and you're able to do it slowly, it's very important to try to find these positions.
Absolutely, that's the idea. If you practice this very slowly and very clearly, with the music it will happen to a certain extent, it will look nice.
And it's already better just by trying.
Exactly. All right, so this is number two.
Again,
and then we'll repeat.
Foot goes out first, straight, then I can transfer. Okay, and it's very similar going back, very symmetric. So we bring that foot in, triangle position, foot goes back, straight before weight, then I can rock. Of course, there's no knee release on a back rock as opposed to a forward one. So I just have two straight legs, I put my weight back on that front leg. The knee release, I guess, happens now, but that's more to bring it to the triangle position anyway. And then the same going to the side. So straight before weight, transfer, triangle, other triangle, straight, transfer. And we're back to where we started.
Good.
Really simple, right?
Very simple rules, but not easy to
hard
do.
to do. And so I think a lot of it also is about order and not blending actions. It seems very kind of methodic, you've got a lot of things to do, but get that order in mind. So you bring the foot into triangle, then it goes out, then I transfer. That order. Triangle, point, transfer for every step. And just the more you think about that order of events for any step, it probably is true in a lot of other Latin as well, certainly obviously rumba, and similar ideas in kind of paso and samba, but get that order, that's the important thing. Yeah? Let's do that one more time.
Yeah.
So start with the weight on the right foot, left foot stretch, point to the side, don't get great posture. Now lift the knee, bring the foot in, point the foot forwards, transfer, rock, transfer, 2 straight legs, lift the knee, triangle, foot, transfer, triangle, triangle, point, transfer, triangle, point, transfer, transfer, triangle, point, transfer, triangle, triangle, point, transfer. Wow, I didn't make a mistake.
No, I didn't.
Thank you. So let's do it one more time. You've never heard ChaCha said this way before?
No.
It's not very like fluid to say, is it? We'll go back to counting shortly. So ready, bring the foot in, and 2, and 3, and a cha, 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 and 2, and 3, and a cha, 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 and a 2, and a 3, and a cha, 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 and a 2, and a 3, and a cha, cha, cha.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah. And one thing I'll just point out with that is, if you notice, I was counting and a lot. And this is very good because the more I count in a certain way, in a clear way, my kind of legs and feet will follow, and I'll get the opportunity to kind of still think about it. Because if I just count 2, 3, cha-cha-cha, there's not enough things I've said for each action. So for example, after that forward rock, 2, 3, I've got to get that foot out, and then it's beat. If I say just cha-cha-cha, it's just cha, right? So from here I can count and that's like and before cha-cha-cha. That brings it in on and, out on and then cha, cha, cha. So using the way I count is also very important. So let's count 2 and 3 and a cha, 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 and a 2 and a 3 and a cha, cha, cha. You don't want to be doing that fast music, but whilst you're doing it nice and slow, you still have the, I think, the possibility.
Yeah, definitely. And
you're muted, so you can just scream and shout out loud. We won't hear. Maybe your whatever flatmates, housemates might have an objection, but that's fine. So ready, and 2 and 3 and a cha, 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 and a 2 and a 3 and a cha, 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 and a 2 and a 3 and a cha, 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 and a 2 and a 3 and a cha, cha, cha. Very good.
Good.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing about legs and feet. Like you said, it's quite simple, but the more you even just spend, I don't know, 5 minutes before you do your practice or whatever, just warm up by doing that exercise. That will get your muscles into the right kind of frame of mind, so to speak, right? And you'll start learning it. So it'll be muscle memory. Yeah? Talk about something else?
Do you want to add some hips?
Hips.
Quickly,
Good. Quickly, yeah, no need to do our routine.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing I want to say about hips, talk about technique. I think everyone knows about settling and then the hip action. So if I don't use my hips at all, it's very boring. And so the first thing everyone learns really is if I'm standing on a leg, let's do the way we started. So I'm on my right leg. Before I move, I can just settle into that hip, right? I can kind of push it out to the side. My weight feels like it goes down as my hip goes to the side. And already I've got a bit more shape. And when you do that fast, your hip looks like it's had an action, the body's moving. And it's also, you know, when you imagine just even how ChaCha was developed, you know, of course it was done in a way that like everyone's moving their body. It wasn't this kind of thing, right? So of course the hips want to move. I think everyone knows that. I'm going to take it that you do. If not, it's very easy, right? Just settle in the hip. The thing I want to really talk about is the opposite of that and how we can increase the range of motion of our hips. So if I do it again on this side, if I start with my hips neutral and from here I just settle the hip, let's say that's going from 0 to, I don't know, 100% on my left. But to maximum, I can actually double that effect, that's what I'm trying to say. If before that I lift my hip 100% to the right. So now I'm not coming from neutral to 100 left, I'm going from 100 right through neutral to 100 left. So lifting a hip, if we can try to practice that idea. So let's say you're standing on your right leg, start with, let's have the hips neutral, and have, if you have the space, the arms out to the side. Because the key thing here is as we lift the hip, it's very easy to tip the arms as well. So what we're really doing is shortening our side. Let's say in this case, my left side, my ribs go down, my hip on my left side goes up to meet it. So I shorten the side. The effect is I've got this very high hip and a big curve, but my shoulders are level. Now I can go all the way to settling, and the range of hip action I've created is so much more. Okay, and this is true, I mean, anywhere. When we do our routine that's coming, we'll have a chance to really use this. We're going to do like a Cuban break, where we're going to kind of roll our hip. And if I just do this, that's a bit flat. That's the most I could do that lifting. But if I lift the hip all the way around, I maximize that volume. And of course, this is built into something like Samba. You know, when you do a pose for photo, you're already meant to be lifting that hip and finishing in this kind of position. The point is, why don't we use this in ChaCha enough? I don't know, people should. You just straighten the leg, and I still have that high hip. And it gives me much more range of motion.
Absolutely. And it's very similar to when we're going to go to our corners, 3 corners.
There you go, yeah.
That's what we're doing with our hips. So again, we're not kind of leaning.
We're shortening this side.
High hip. Already.
Shortening the side and lifting it. So that goes together, and the effect is that it keeps the top level.
And then we come back to neutral, and then again, we're going to go, I'll go this way so you can see. Again,
we can actually roll like that as well.
Yeah, we can roll, but the range is that we shortening our side and creating big either loop or like a side with our hip. It's totally up to you. But the idea is not we're doing this, and we're not doing anything either. Just our foot. So make sure that you're really using your hips anytime we can do steps like this.
So we didn't choose to do it today because, you know, I think, I'll be honest, you're a little bit younger demographic than most of the people in our other class that we get, you know, so.
I think in our class we're range for like 10.
Yeah, to be fair, we have a much greater
78.
range. Yeah, so 10 is the crazy range. So that puts the average somewhere, you know, 40 something.
50,
yeah. So we do a bit of a warm-up thing when we can get shoulders moving, just so we don't, on Zoom, watch someone literally like break their hip or something. So we do some exercises. And but one of the ones we do try to do, and it does is like body circles, where we fix the hips and just work with the body. And then the next one is like fixing the body and just working with the hips and trying to kind of maximize the range of motion and just get those joints working independently. So I'm not kind of moving everything. We try to isolate, and Nika also has ones where we do this, right, where that's the hips fixing, and then we're trying to move the ribs. So if you can have similar things and try to just figure out in your body all those different isolations that you can use, that's also very helpful. So when we talk about this hip, we're isolating where the top isn't working too much. It's not that I'm doing something in here, this is too busy. It's just in the hip. All right? We're going to do this basic one more time. We'll try and add the hips, and then let's go straight in and do more interesting choreography. We're going to ramp up the energy towards the end, and we can get you to sweat a little bit home.
Don't worry, you'll be working hard in about 10 minutes.
We have this radiator here. Every time we do like jive or something, we are dripping by the end, and I kind of come forwards, and I feel like some people are just watching at home and eating food, and we're working very hard. Okay, so let's start with on the right leg. We'll just do this basic one more time. And let's start by, if we can, lifting that hip. So we're already in this very high position. Then we settle, go through triangle, rock. Again, actually, I've already lifted the hip. I'll point them out once slowly. So I've got a lifted hip here. Then I can settle it. Then I can rock back into another settled position. Triangle, point. Now, when I transfer, this is hard to do. I've gone from settle. I'm going to actually leave the hip over in that direction. So that as I transfer my weight, my hip stays up. Then I can settle, then I can bring my knee in and settle. We can then lift and transfer other side, then I can point my foot again, and again I set to the side of my, leave my hip behind, so then I settle it again. Then the knee, foot, settle, lift, settle, and lift, settle, in, change sides, and we're going to lift again, and then we're back to here, right? So we can also do this huge journey with our hips throughout that. They don't just have to carry kind of underneath whilst we walk through. Yeah. One thing we always say as well, and I feel like I should just mention too, is that the order in which we've kind of said this is also probably the order of priority. So if we've already got bad posture, that's the first thing I want to see. I want to see everyone standing up nice and tall, lengthening their back, right? Then it's legs and feet. Okay, so no good if we start using this hip and I'm twisting my feet or other things go wrong. Feet and legs have to be right first. And if that means you can't think about the hips at the same time, that's absolutely fine. You know, we're trying to give information again across a range of levels. This is not like a one-to-one thing. So I can't see what everyone's doing. You have to be a bit of a judge of that for yourself as to how much you think you can do. Great to learn the information, but then see what your body can actually do with it. Okay, we won't go any further, that's plenty for today. Yeah. There's lots more about like body and coordinating arms and other stuff. But if you can just get up to there, and that's where we'll start doing, that's great. Good. One last time, a bit more fluid, and then we'll go on. So, sorry, I think you said the step moving, right? Yeah. One more time. Ready, and 2 and 3 and cha-cha-cha, and 2 and 3 and cha-cha-cha, and 2 and 3 and cha-cha-cha, and 2 and 3. Let's see who's awake. We're going to do our turn. And 2 and 3 and cha-cha. Close change weight. Other side. 2, 3, cha-cha. We run out of room. I've got my plant here. 3, cha-cha-cha. 2 and 3 and cha-cha-cha. I'm going to leave you to the 2, 3, cha-cha. Going round. 2 and 3 and cha-cha. 1. Oh, that's getting us warmed up. Good. All right. So I think that covers the simple bits of technique. Of course, we'll talk a little bit more as we go through this more interesting choreography. There's other things to talk about, something similar ideas, but in that choreography. But now let's focus on that. So that will be the same thing we're going to start with, right? 4 basic one side, turning, 4 basic the other side, turning.
And then we're doing our turns, just to remind you, 3 corners, close on 4 and change weight. All right, so we're going to go 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corner, close and change 4. All right, on both sides. Just make sure 3 sides, 4 close and change.
So if you're all keeping with us, we're going to assume we've done all of that we've just practiced once already, and you'll finish with the weight on your right leg and your left leg free. And you'll have closed, okay? So from here, and for those of you who've done all the classes with us, most of this is not that new, but it's something that still fits in a small space. We're going to do a slow Cuban break with a big hip roll, okay? So we step across, 2, 3, rock back. We bring that foot to the side, 4, and we're going to just change our weight kind of 4, 1. As we do that, huge hip roll. So 4, 1, as much as you can do. Okay? So in the foot pattern, it's nice and easy. It's just rocking across, rock, 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 rock. Just make sure everyone's got the foot pattern, right? Rock forward, rock sideways. Simple. But then we're going to rock with our body forwards and our hip sideways. Good. Okay, from there we're going to do syncopated Cuban breaks, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and we'll change weight on the last one.
So we'll just do 1 slow one.
One slow one, and now syncopated. So we go across and side and across and side. And we actually change weight on the last one. So at the end of that, we're standing on our left leg and our right foot is to the side. Yeah, let's just do that one more time from the slow Cuban break. And 2 and 3, roll the hip, 4, 1, syncopated, 3 and cha-cha, change. Very good. Okay, from here, we're going to use whopper timing. If you know what that is, that's where we just hold the 2, suppress it, and we're going to dance and 3. And it's going to be like a Cuban break with a ronde cha. So we step across and rock back 3, and we're going to ronde this leg. 3. And then we do behind, close, side. So we step back onto our right foot, close left to right, and step to the side again on the right foot. Okay, so we just show you that timing. After the syncopated 2 and 3 and cha-cha, 1, hold 2 and 3, cha-cha, 1. That's the timing. You all pretty much followed that anyway. Very good. We'll do it one more time, just putting those parts together. So from the slow Cuban break, and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and cha-cha, 1, hold 2 and ronde 3, cha-cha, 1. So just make sure when we do this last part here, we rock in front, rock back, and that free leg just draws a circle all the way around till it's behind us without weight, and then I transfer on it, cha, close, cha, and side, cha. Then I was going to say, what will we do next? I remember. And then the last thing on this that we're going to do before we then repeat and do it symmetrically on the other side is just a time step. So that's just close, close, cha, cha, cha.
Lots of triangle positions.
Lots of triangle positions. Okay, and if you notice at the end of that cha-cha, we're now on the other leg, so you're going to repeat the whole thing on the other side. Yeah, but let's do this one more time on this side first. Sorry?
From Cuban breaks.
Yeah, from Cuban breaks. Sorry, this second section. I think they got it.
Okay.
They're all university people. Yeah, so we're going to do that basic with the 4 turning. One's on one side, then we repeat on the other side. Then we've got this Cuban break variation. We do 1 on one side, 1 on the other side, and then start again. It's like group 1 left, group 1 right, group 2 left, group 2 right. Got it.
Okay.
Hopefully. Or I made it worse. Who knows? So, stepping across Cuban break. 2, 3, roll, 4, 1, syncopated, 2, and 3, and cha-cha, 1. Hold, 2, and ronde, 3. Behind, close, side, and now time step, close, close, cha-cha-cha. So now I'm on my left leg, right foot is free, and I can repeat the same thing on the other side. So slow Cuban break first. 2 and 3, roll the hip. 4, 1, syncopated. 2 and 3, and cha-cha, change weight. 1. We hold to 2, and we do and ronde 3. And 3. Behind, close, side. And we finish again with a time step. Close, close, cha-cha-cha. And you're ready to start again from your forward rock, the very, very beginning. Cha-cha-cha. Yeah? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to aim to get that to music. Yeah. Yeah. The reason we keep kind of diving out of frame, we've got so many things happening here that you fortunately don't see. It's a bit like, I guess, on TV. I know that's like, it looks beautiful and around it's just wires and terrible things. It's a bit like that here. And this floor that we never really thought about ever dancing on.
It's literally like ice.
Yeah, it turns out it's extremely slippy. I don't know if it needs to be treated or like laminated or something, but it's terrible.
It's like literally like bandies.
Yeah. A slow cha-cha is about the best we can manage, but some other dances can be more fun.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go from the very beginning. Walking that through, then we're going to talk a little bit about, again, using the hip action, all the things we're looking for, and then we'll start doing some music, okay? So, from the beginning, basic first. And 2, and 3, and cha-cha-cha. 2, and 3, and cha-cha-cha. 2, and 3, and cha-cha. Last 1, 2, and 3, and turning points. Diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. Close, other side. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. We're only doing it on the spot because we run out of room. Cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. And turning points. 2, 3, cha-cha. Close. Now we've got Cuban breaks. Slow, rolling the hip. 4, 1. Syncopate, 3, and cha-cha, hold, 2, and 3, ronde behind, close, side, close, close, cha-cha-cha, other side, rock, roll the hip, 4, 1, syncopate, 3, and cha-cha, 1, hold, 2, and ronde 3, cha-cha-cha, close, close, cha-cha-cha. Very good. I need water now.
All right, so are we all clear with that? Roughly with the steps? Yeah, all makes sense? Good. All right, I think we'll do it maybe one more time from the beginning. Just walking through. If you're kind of following the steps, try to add now the hips. All right, so the hips, make sure your ankles are always together. Make sure you're always trying to implement those triangle positions. All right, especially for those ones who already done quite a lot of cha-cha-cha, you can try to implement those things, all right? And then if you can, of course, use your arms if you have space, because we're a little bit struggling here.
Yeah, we tend to invade each other's space.
But if
I
you
think
have
I'm
space,
more of a culprit than you are, but yeah, I get like
yeah.
excited to fill the room.
Only if you have space for that to think about, but if not, just let's think about feet and legs and hips.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I will just quickly say, without going into actually teaching it all the detail, if you do want to, and you start, using your arm, particularly with the second half of these Cuban breaks, it's a lot of just naturally using opposition. So when I'm stepping across on my left leg, I use my right arm. So I go across, and when I put the foot to the side, again, I tend to go in opposition. So that foot goes to the side, the same arm goes across, and I use that. Same on the syncopated ones, I tend to use opposition. And the same even with the ronde, to the extent that if you notice I've got my right foot pointing across me and I've taken my right arm backwards, so that when I do the ronde, the arm comes round the opposite direction, right? One's going clockwise, one's going anti-clockwise. So without going through like bit by bit, but if you do want to use your arms, tend to try to be in opposition. And they will never kind of do stuff like this. We tend to always be working in opposition, so opposite leg to arm. Okay? Brilliant. Let's do this one more time. I feel like my slippiness is already back. Alright, so ready from the beginning. And
rocking forward.
2 and 3 and cha cha cha. 2 and 3 and cha cha cha. 2 and 3 and cha cha cha. Last one, 2, 3, cha cha. Circling round. Lift the hip, lift the hip, lift the hip. Close. Other side. Rock, rock and cha cha cha. Rock, rock and cha cha cha. Rock and a cha cha cha. Rock, rock, cha cha. Turning round. Lift, lift, lift. Close. Okay, good. Cuban breaks. And 2,
Slow
3.
one.
Slow rolling the hip. And now fast ones. 2 and 3 and cha cha side. Hold 2. Rock and ronde 3. Behind, close, side, close, close, cha cha other side. So slow one, roll that hip, fast ones, 2 and 3 and cha cha. Change weight, hold 2, ronde 3. Behind, close, side, close, close, cha cha cha. Very good.
All right. Shall we
Yeah?
try with slow music?
I'm going to try slow music.
I think the speaker is that one. Yeah. All right. We'll try with very slow music. We'll keep the count and kind of tell you what the next step is. So hopefully you can follow. But don't worry if you kind of forgot about the step or whatever. Try to just catch up with us. All right.
Yeah. I mean, before we said about the level of starting with the posture, but I guess before the posture is the steps. So make sure you do the steps first.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see how.
It's there on the left, I think. I'll try it. Nice and slow. I want everyone to think about that posture. You're very small people on my screen, but I can see a few of these. Long from the back, more than you think possible. 2, 3, 4. Keep it forwards with the weight. Straight legs, weight forwards. Last one, and circle. Other side. Keep that weight from the back of the head forwards. Last one, circling. All right, Cuban breaks. I'll try my best to get it right. Syncopate. 2 and 3 and cha-cha, hold. And 3, cha-cha, 1. Close, close, other side. Slow one. Syncopate. Hold. And 3, cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. Good. Well done. Give me, and be honest, here, 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 or down. First of all, with the routine. Are we all clear? You can be honest, everyone's got thumbs up. Fantastic, look at that. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, they're better than what we normally get. I normally have to be diplomatic. People are like this. Oh, yeah, great, well done, everyone. Good, it's good that I can be honest. Very good. Let's do that one more time then. Are you feeling faster? My usual thing. Scream louder, go faster.
A little bit. My car is going from like 0 speed to like full speed. Oh no! Not too much.
But as you're ready, I saw a few people trying, you are listening, that's good.
Yeah.
Keeping that weight forwards. I think it's more than you possibly think. And I do think in our day-to-day lives, I'm absolutely the same. I have terrible posture. I tend to walk around like this, I feel like curved back and just terrible posture. But having done this for a ridiculously, stupidly long time, you know, I learned where all the bits of my body need to be. And before I start, I really put myself in a good posture. And the goal is to maintain it. And like we said at the beginning, I really can't overemphasize this. It's from the back. Don't stretch the front. Stretch from the back. Imagine you've got a straight line from, like I said, your coccyx. It comes out the back of your head. For me, you know, where my crown is in my hair, that's the tallest point. Not the middle, and definitely not the front, but not even the middle. It's from the back. And the same is true in ballroom. If I take up hold, I'm not going this way. Okay, it's kind of very weak, back-weighted. It doesn't give me this feeling or look of dominance and stretch and command on the floor when I'm competing. Okay, so you need long back of neck. And everyone was doing that, just keep it up. Okay, a bit faster. Too bad. Are we ready? Good postures. 2, 3, 4, 1. Cha, cha, cha.
You can try to with speed, keep it small.
Yeah. Use the hips all the way around. Other side.
Go forward. Basic.
Last one.
And then we're going to go round like this.
Even break. Roll the hip. Seat base. Hold. Ronde. On the spot. Other side. Hold. 3. Cha cha. 1, 2, 3. Start again. Oh yeah, already.
Keep your posture. Keep your head small.
Circling round. Other side.
Basic.
Last one. Going round. Even breaks. Seat is mated. Hold. Other side. Hold. 3. Cha-cha. 1. And cha-cha. Very good. All right. I'm getting warm already.
Me too. I think we're there.
Pretty much. Yeah. I think one more time faster. Nika looks going, great, one thing. How are you feeling about doing one more time faster? Fantastic. All right. If all the technique goes out the window, it doesn't matter. This is just, we're not getting enough exercise these days.
Yeah.
I'm sure we want to take away food. We're very lucky. We have a pizza place right on the corner. Lucky, I'm lucky. And it's like a really good one. Like, very nicely made, very good. And yeah.
We don't get it too often, but...
Well, but anyway, it won't hurt to do a bit more.
Absolutely.
Let's try a bit faster. This is our finale. Go for it, guys. I turned it off, that's why there's no volume. All the hype and then nothing. I'm going to have nice and loud, we'll disturb our neighbours.
No, not too loud.
Everyone knows. Alright. Good posture, are we ready? Weight on the right leg. 2, 3. Circling. Other side. Turning. Even break. Seat rotated. Hold. Other side. Hold. Oh, good. Excellent. Well, I hope that was interesting. I think, hopefully we can come back and do some more. Let us know what, you can kind of feed it through Paige and Alan and people, and it'll come back to us, what you thought. Like, I know it's very difficult doing stuff in such a small space, also through Zoom, we have a number of constraints. It definitely makes, the sport or hobby we've all chosen, dancing, a lot harder, right? Some people can do, yoga and things, but dancing, we tend to not only need space,
normally we dance together.
we need to be together, we need a ball, we need so many things. So with that in mind, yeah, let us know if it's more. We have far crazier choreography. Nika keeps kind of taming me in between. Like each class, I was like getting harder and harder. Like Nika said, there's like 70-year-olds, and then she's like, maybe we should just do more basic and just get them, you know, improving.